That Manchester is the gun capital of the north, so I have something to protect myself. Right, is anyone could hold my gun? Well, I could give a talk. Right. Right, I'm Ling. I was from Chengdu, southwest of China. When I got in 1997, I got my it's a bit right. 1996, I got my applied chemistry degree in Guangzhou, and then after that, I decided to move abroad. The first country I chose to was Finland. It was a bit of contrast. I was coming from a very hot, very crowded, busy city, and I managed to get to Finland, very cold, dark, and like 1/3 of the population comparing to my home city in Chengdu. I hated it, to be honest. It's very difficult. It's a really difficult job trying to study my degree. While in Finnish, I must say it's one of the worst languages in the world to study. And of course, I failed miserably. I'm not really quite proud of it. But there's something very good, because when I was in Finland, I managed to discover the internet. I met my husband, John. I decided to move to England to get married. But there's a hurdle to move to England. I need to apply for a visa. British people, actually, they've got a really bad habit. Sometimes they give really stupid jokes. So it was telling me we should get our wedding reception in McDonald's. McDonald's was really quite hot, exotic thing in China that time. We didn't have McDonald's in Chengdu. So I thought, right, quite a good place. So I said yes. So to the British Embassy, they asked me a question. Where am I going to get my wedding reception? I said, McDonald's. So of course I crashed the visa application very successfully. I had to fly back to China to get married. So, actually, fly back to Finland to get married. So after I got back to Finland, we got married, and I came to England. I jumped back to education straight away. I got my master's degree in environmental quality in Bournemouth University. After I graduated, I need a job. I don't know what I can do, to be honest. The language is very, very difficult for me. Even I stayed in England for a year. I saw John selling cars. I thought, right, it might be a very easy thing for me to do. I could probably do better than he does. So I did set up my small business from my dining room, start selling leasing cars. But at that time, when customer asked me, I want to buy some hatchback, some Astra. What on earth is Astra? I didn't know. I had to quickly search on internet. At that time, there's no Google. So I had to search on internet to find out what exactly Astra is, a hatchback is, and I started trying to find a deal for the customer. But by the year, in a couple of years' time, the business started to stable, and I set up a website for the. I think my most successful thing to start. My first step was set up a website, to have a website business because the barrier of the language, I couldn't quite understand. For example, like Geordie or people from Manchester originally, I couldn't quite understand. So I decided to reply to them in English, which is very easy. By the year 2007, I won the 2006, I won the Northeast Entrepreneur of the Year for that year, and I fly back to China at the end of that year, having my holiday. BBC Dragon's Den approached me when I was in China. John managed to answer when they approached me and asked me if I want to go on the show. To be honest, to be on the show is a great idea. It's really good publicity. But I enjoyed watching the program. But to be honest, to be on the show is a bit shock. When I was flying back from China, I found myself doing the screen test actually in Manchester. Rick was there with me. And then we went to filming the show in London. The filming took about 4 hours. It's a really terrible job. I enjoyed it. I deliberately wear my Mongolia body warmer and a Hezbollah trousers, so I could upset Peter Jones, which didn't go quite well. Eventually, Duncan Bannatyne and Richard Farleigh made an offer about £50,000. I refused it flat, and they improved it.
Thank you. Right, now you may have seen her nuclear missile along the A1. It's hard to miss. But now Ling hit on TV screens in a big way. The car hire entrepreneur from Gateshead entered the Dragon's Den last night.
She did, yes. That, of course, is a show where people pitch their business ideas to 5 millionaires. But the panel on the BBC Two series got more than they bargained for. Andy Smythe takes up the story.
She gained local attention for plonking her nuclear missile by the A1 until the council told her to move it. But last night, Bannatyne gained national recognition as she pitched her business, LINGsCARS, on Dragon's Den.
I want you to give me £50,000 to enable me to promote LINGsCARS.com.
To the astonishment of the other dragons, Richard Farleigh and Duncan Bannatyne wanted to do a deal.
And I'm going to offer you £25,000 for 20% of the company.
I think it's a bit too much. I really refuse that.
You're turning us down?
Yeah. Well, Chinese eat dragons for breakfast.
Think about it. It's a fantastic, it's an unbelievable offer. Take their money.
The Ling stood her ground.
Thank you for your money. I refuse it. Thank you.
And walked away. Why did you turn down the money?
Well, I think I could easily get a better offer from someone else if I do look around. So for 50 grand, 30% of my business, no way.
So today it was back to work. Her slaying of the dragons certainly won't harm her business reputation.
It's fun. Instead of just being serious and nervous, standing there and asking for money, I thought I'd just give a bit of fun. Everyone enjoyed it.
Give her a bit of stick, and they certainly did that. So.
Oh, thanks a lot. I tried.
One question the dragons never asked her is what she actually wanted to buy with the 50 grand. Perhaps it's just as well they didn't. The answer, more nuclear missile trucks.
I kind of think she knows what she's doing, though. She's a character.
So when the episode went on air in February 2007, the website went crazy. Made a lot of money. The turnover doubled, and I managed to bought a new office. Thanks for the dragons. I used some really wacky way of trying to promote my business. For most the famous one is my nuclear missile truck. In 2006, I bought used very old Russian army truck and converted it into a missile truck. Originally, I packed it in Sedgefield, Tony Blair's constituency, and delivered a point to the west. Pointed to George Bush. Local planner went berserk, and they they written proper mail to me, and they say if I don't move away, they threatened me to put me to jail. And then John Prescott's office mailed me as well. Eventually, by the time I had to move it, I got loads of email support and a lot of phone calls. People gave me support, which is very good. I was quite proud of that. Now it's packed in Newcastle somewhere. I would never sell it.